Hi, welcome. Have a seat. So, you said you're experiencing. You're here because you've been feeling anxious. Is that right? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Happy to help you with that. First things first. Let's get your first and last name. Okay. And how old are you? And what is your date of birth? All right. And let's see. Any allergies to any medications? Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, do you have any family history of any kind of mental illnesses? Mm-hmm. Okay. And what brings you in here today? I know you said anxiety. You've been feeling anxious, but why don't you tell me specifically? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Well, sometimes um, our anxieties are illogical, but sometimes they're logical. And whether they're rational or irrational, it's still very hard for our brain to separate from the emotions. So, here's the thing. Let me ask you something. Is this something you can do anything about? Mm-hmm. And if you don't know, then. So, if you can't do anything about it, right? Nothing to worry about because there's nothing you can do. If there's something you can do about it, you can do that something. Go take care of it. I know that's easier said than done. And if you don't know if there's something you can do, um, brainstorm it, but don't do it in a way where it's going to cause you more anxiety. If you're going to think about it, think about how you can solve it, okay? And if you can't come up with anything, then, refer to the first option. You can't do anything about it, so don't worry about it. And, if you're dealing with a what if situation, like what if this happens, what if this happens, what if it doesn't? What if the bad thing happens? Sure, but what if the good thing happens? If you're applying for a job, well, what if I don't get the job? Yeah, but what if you do? If you don't get the job, you just don't have the job, which is what you already didn't have. But if you do get the job, great. I know change can be scary, and even the idea of getting a job can be scary. And I'm just using that as one example. There's lots of different things that can cause anxiety. But are you dealing with any anxiety attacks? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to take well, first I'm going to explain what exactly an anxiety attack is. It's essentially the same thing as a panic attack, but it happens because of your brain going into a spiral. And just things kind of getting out of control, and your anxiety runs wild. And essentially what it does is your fight or flight response goes a little bonkers. And so your brain gets flooded with all kinds of adrenaline and other chemicals, which makes you freak out. It makes you feel like you need to fight or run away, fight or flight. And when it that instinct is there to keep you alive. It's there to help you escape danger or fight off danger, and that's a good thing to have. But unfortunately, the things we're anxious about, they're not imminent threats. They're not physical threats. You can't actually physically fight them off. And so your brain gets stuck in this mode of trying to survive, right? And it's very taxing on your body, not just your brain, but your body too. And that's the other thing. If you ever have issues and somebody says it's all in your head, well, yeah, that's where your brain is, and your brain happens to be not just one of your internal organs, it happens to be the internal organ that controls everything else. So any mental health problem is still a physical health problem, and it affects not just your brain, but your overall health because your brain controls everything else. So, if you're dealing with anxiety, here's like feel like you're having an anxiety attack, you're getting shortness of breath, you feel like you need to run or hide or fight or cry, anything to just get out of the situation you're in, but you can't because you're feeling, because the situation you're in is just anxiety. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to follow these steps with me. I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay? I want you to practice this with me, okay? In through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. You're doing great. Let's do it again. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay? And then I want you to consciously unclench your jaw. Okay? Move your chin around. Do what you gotta do. Okay? Relax your neck. Roll it around a little bit. Try to relax your shoulders. And, get up and stretch. Another thing you can do is you can clench all of your muscles really tightly and then let go and stretch them out. And this will convince the little subconscious part of your brain that you got in a fight and you won. And so you can relax now. Another thing you can do, and honestly, you can do a combination of all of these. Okay, there's no one right thing to do. Is pick something you smell or see and try to find 5 things of the same kind, like 5 things that are smooth or 5 things that are green. Alternatively, you can try to find 5 different colors. It doesn't really matter what it is. There's no test. If you can't find 5, nobody's going to get you in trouble. It's okay. So, do these different things, and hopefully that'll help your brain to realize you're not in a situation that is of imminent danger, and then you can calm down, and then hopefully after that you can start thinking about them rationally, okay? And you're welcome to come back and talk to me anytime you're dealing with those irrational or anxious thoughts, and we can work through those, okay? All right. Well, I think that's it for today. You have a wonderful day, okay? All right.